All right, you sick fucks. Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're going balls deep into some seriously fucked up shit. We're talking about the infamous Black Mamba, Africa's deadliest snake. This slithery bastard has a reputation for being fast as hell, aggressive as a pissed-off honey badger, and packing venom that'll drop you faster than a Kardashian's dating history. But here's the kicker. It's not even black. What the hell's up with that?
Yeah, you're right. The black in Black Mamba doesn't refer to its scales. That badass moniker actually comes from the inside of its mouth, which is this inky black void they like to flash when they're about to turn your day into a living hell.
Sneaky bastards. It's like wearing black underwear to a funeral. All about that hidden darkness, huh?
Yeah.
So let's cut the crap. Just how big are these motherfuckers?
Hold on to your asses because we're talking big. The Black Mamba is the longest venomous snake in Africa, second only to the king cobra worldwide. Imagine a nope rope stretching over 14 feet long. That's how massive these things can get.
Holy shit, that's longer than my last relationship. I would want to encounter that thing in a dark alley, or even a brightly lit Walmart for that matter. Okay, let's talk speed. Can these fuckers really chase you down like those hyped up nature documentaries would have us believe?
Not quite. They're definitely quick, clocking in at about 12 miles per hour. That's a fast crawl for sure, but nowhere near the exaggerated claims of them outrunning a galloping horse.
So it's more like a speed walking demon than a lightning bolt.
Yeah.
It's kind of a bummer, but still 12 miles an hour on those creepy crawly legs. No thanks. Let's get to the aggression, shall we? Is this snake as much of a rage monster as its reputation suggests?
Actually, they're more like the introverts of the snake world, surprisingly shy and prefer to avoid any unnecessary drama. They only strike when they feel cornered or threatened, like if you step on them or try to grab them for a selfie.
Wait, seriously? That's a plot twist I didn't see coming. But I guess it makes sense. You don't get to be the deadliest snake in Africa by picking fights with everything that moves. Speaking of deadly, let's talk venom, baby.
Yeah.
How bad is it? Give us the gruesome details, the kind of shit that'll make our listeners squirm in their seats.
Buckle up, Buttercup. This venom is primarily neurotoxic, which means it attacks your nervous system. And it's not fucking around. It's incredibly potent and fast-acting. Within minutes, you'll start experiencing a metallic taste in your mouth, drooping eyelids, slurred speech. It's basically a rapid-onset neurological shitstorm.
Dude, that sounds absolutely fucked up. It's like your body is glitching out before it shuts down completely.
Oh.
So let's say you're unlucky enough to get tagged by one of these bad boys. What's the anti-venom situation? Is it readily available, or are you pretty much fucked?
Things have improved in recent years, but access to anti-venom can still be a major issue, especially in remote areas. So yeah, if you get bitten in the middle of nowhere, you're probably gonna have a bad time.
Well, that's just fantastic. So you're telling me, not only will you die a horrible twitching death, but you might not even get the luxury of an antidote. Talk about adding insult to injury. But hey, at least there's one weird upside to this whole venom thing, right? You mentioned earlier that unlike most venomous snakes, Black Mambas don't inject digestive enzymes, so you don't get the same level of swelling and tissue damage at the bite site. I gotta ask, wouldn't that make it harder for them to, digest their prey?
It's a good question. You'd think those digestive enzymes would be a must-have for a predator, right? But the Black Mamba's venom is a different beast altogether. It's a complex cocktail of toxins, including some badass-sounding ones like dendrotoxins and three-finger toxins.
Dendro what? Three-finger... What now? You gotta break this down for us. I'm getting lost in this scientific jargon.
Fair enough. So dendrotoxins. These bad boys specifically target potassium channels in your nerve cells. Imagine these channels as tiny doors that control the flow of potassium ions in and out of your cells. These ions are crucial for your nerves to fire properly. Dendrotoxins slam those doors shut, causing all sorts of havoc in your nervous system.
Okay, that makes sense. It's like those dendrotoxins are throwing a wrench into the electrical system of your body. What about those three-finger toxins? Do they give you the middle finger before shutting you down?
Not quite, but they're equally sinister. These toxins bind to receptors on your muscle cells, blocking the signals that tell your muscles to relax. The result? You end up in a state of constant contraction, which can lead to paralysis and eventually respiratory failure.
Damn, that's brutal. It's like your own body is turning against you, locking you up in a prison of your own muscles. And all this without even needing those digestive enzymes. These Black Mambas are like nature's efficient assassins, precise, ruthless, and deadly as hell.
Exactly. They've evolved a venom that's incredibly potent and specific in how it targets the nervous system. It's a marvel of natural selection, albeit a terrifying one.
Speaking of marvels, you know what I find fascinating about this whole venom thing? There's a specific component of the Black Mamba's venom called mambulgens, and some scientists believe it has the potential to revolutionize pain management. It's like this deadly poison could actually be used to help people. Talk about a mind fuck.
It's incredible, right?
Yeah.
Researchers are studying how these membalgens could be used to develop new painkillers that are potentially more effective and have fewer side effects than current options. Imagine that. The venom of one of the world's deadliest snakes being used to alleviate human suffering. It's a testament to the power of scientific inquiry and the unexpected ways nature can surprise us.
Damn, that's some deep shit right there. So we've got this snake that can kill you in the most horrific way imaginable. But its venom could also unlock the secret to treating chronic pain. That's why I love doing this deep dive shit, man. You think you know something, and then bam.
Yeah.
Your whole perspective gets flipped on its head. It's mind-blowing.
It's amazing how these creatures have adapted to their environment, isn't it?
It's like Mother Nature is a mad scientist cooking up all these crazy concoctions. But hey, I'm not complaining. This is the kind of shit that keeps me up at night. The weird, the wild, the downright fucked up.
Oh.
And speaking of fucked up, I read somewhere that black mambas don't just inject venom when they bite. They actually chew on their prey to make sure that shit really sinks in. Is that for real, or is that some internet bullshit?
That's actually a misconception. Unlike some venomous snakes that have fixed fangs, black mambas have fangs that can fold back, so they strike quickly, injecting venom, but they don't really chew. It's more like a stab and release. Their venom is so potent, they don't need to waste time messing around.
So it's more about efficiency than brutality. That's actually kind of reassuring in a morbid kind of way. But hold on. If they're not chewing, how do they make sure they inject enough venom to take down their prey? I mean, these things eat some pretty big animals, right?
They rely on a combination of factors. First, their fangs are quite long, allowing them to penetrate deep into the tissue. Second, they inject a large volume of venom with each bite. And third, their venom is incredibly potent. As we've already discussed, it's a recipe for a quick and efficient kill.
Damn, nature is metal.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny how we humans think we're so advanced with our technology and shit. But nature has been perfecting these killing machines for millions of years. We're just playing catch-up.
Absolutely. Think about it. We're only just starting to understand the complexity of venom and its potential applications. There could be countless other medical breakthroughs waiting to be discovered in the venom of snakes, spiders, scorpions, you name it.
It's like we're looking at a whole new frontier of medicine. And it's all thanks to these creepy crawlies we usually try to avoid. But hey, if it helps us live longer and feel less pain, I'm all for it. So what else have you got for us, Doc? What other mind-blowing black mamba facts are you hiding up your sleeve?
Well, for one, their venom isn't just a simple toxin. It's a complex cocktail of different compounds that work together to overwhelm the prey system. Some of these compounds target the nervous system, as we discussed earlier, while others affect blood clotting or muscle function.
It's like a multi-pronged attack, hitting the victim from all angles. That's some next-level biological warfare. No wonder these things are at the top of the food chain.
Exactly. And here's another interesting thing about their venom. It evolves over time. Scientists have found that the composition of black mamba venom can vary depending on the snake's geographical location and the types of prey they typically hunt. It's like their venom adapts to the environment and the challenges they face.
So it's not a one-size-fits-all kind of venom. That's fascinating. It's like they're constantly upgrading their arsenal, making sure they're always one step ahead of the game.
It's a testament to the power of natural selection and the incredible adaptability of these creatures. And it makes studying their venom even more challenging and exciting for scientists. Imagine the potential for developing new drugs and treatments based on these regional variations in venom composition.
That's mind-blowing. It's like each black mamba population has its own secret formula, its own unique cocktail of death.
I can't even imagine the kind of research that goes into unraveling all that complexity.
It's a fascinating field, and we're only just scratching the surface. But let's shift gears for a moment. We've talked a lot about the deadly aspects of black mambas, but they're also incredibly fascinating creatures from a behavioral standpoint.
Yeah.
For example, did you know that they're actually quite intelligent?
Hold on, intelligent snakes? That sounds like something out of a bad horror movie.
I know it sounds crazy, right?
Yeah.
But they've shown a remarkable ability to learn and adapt to their surroundings. They can remember the location of prey, navigate complex terrain, and even recognize individual humans. There's a lot more going on in those snake brains than we give them credit for. Damn, nature never ceases to amaze. So we've got these deadly, intelligent snakes roaming around Africa, evolving their venom and outsmarting their prey. I'm starting to think maybe we should just leave them alone and let them do their thing. But hey, I'm just a curious motherfucker with a podcast, so what do I know?
It's a good point. We tend to demonize creatures like the black mamba because of their potential to harm us, but we often forget that they play an important role in the ecosystem. They help to control populations of rodents and other animals, which in turn helps to maintain a healthy balance in nature.
It's all about perspective,
Right.
right? They're not villains. They're just doing what they've evolved to do. Now let's be honest. Humans have done far more damage to the planet than any black mamba ever could. So maybe instead of fearing them, we should be learning from them, learning about their adaptability, their resilience, their incredible biological weaponry. Who knows, maybe those lessons could help us solve some of our own problems. What do you think, Doc? Are we giving black mambas too much credit, or is there something to be said for respecting and studying these creatures, even if they scare the shit out of us?
I think it's a balance. We need to respect their power and potential for harm, but we also need to appreciate their role in the natural world and the incredible insights they can offer us. The more we learn about them, the more we realize how interconnected we are with all living things.
Well said, Doc. It's like that old saying, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Except in this case, maybe it's more like, keep your distance and your mind open. Or back, you sick fucks. And you know what? After spending all this time talking about the black mamba's deadly venom, I'm starting to feel like maybe we've been too focused on the fear factor. I mean, these snakes are incredible creatures, and their venom might hold the key to some serious medical breakthroughs. It's like we've been so busy shitting our pants over their bite that we've overlooked the potential benefits. What do you think, Doc?
I agree. It's easy to get caught up in the sensationalism, the fear, the deadliest snake narrative. But the reality is black mambas are just trying to survive just like any other animal. And their venom, while deadly, is also a fascinating and complex substance with incredible potential. We're only just beginning to understand its full range of applications.
It's like those old kung fu movies where the master teaches the student to use their enemy's strength against them. We could learn a thing or two from these snakes about adaptation, resilience, and maybe even a little bit about ourselves. But let's not get too philosophical here. I'm still not volunteering to get bitten by one of these things anytime soon. So before we wrap up this deep dive, any final thoughts for our listeners? Any words of wisdom from the world of venomous snakes?
I think the biggest takeaway is that nature is full of surprises. What we perceive as dangerous or threatening can also hold the potential for healing and understanding. The black mamba is a perfect example of that. It's a reminder that we should approach the natural world with both caution and curiosity, always open to the possibility of learning something new.
Damn, that's some profound shit right there. Like we're all just part of this giant interconnected web of life, and even the deadliest creatures have something to teach us. So to all you listeners out there, next time you encounter something that scares the shit out of you, take a deep breath. Remember what we talked about today, and try to see it from a different perspective. You might just be surprised by what you discover. And that, my friends, is the beauty of the deep dive.